I'm here with Jim Rogers from Duke Energy, and we're talking to him today about his involvement here at the Biennial. Jim, can you talk to us a little bit about why you're here and what really motivated you to come to this discussion today?
Well, one of the key motivations is the recognition that as we go into the 21st century, we're going to have challenges unlike ones that we've had in the past, particularly in providing electricity. In the 20th century, we brought universal access to every home and business in the country. In the 21st century, our mission will be much different. We're going to have to facilitate distributed generation like solar on the roof. We're going to have to facilitate the adoption of new technologies that will lead to productivity gains in the use of electricity in every home and business we serve.
So the energy mix has really changed. So natural gas is starting to play a bigger role. Coal is starting to lose a little bit of its traction, not all of it. And now with renewable energy coming into it, how are you, and I shouldn't say you, how is Duke Energy working with consumers to really kind of even out the playing field within all of these different types?
What we're trying to do is get the balance right between affordability, reliability, and increasingly clean electricity 24/7. The toughest part of our job is to maintain the affordability while at the same time working hard to clean it up. So we're changing our mix. The greatest technological revolution that we've had in this country in the last decade or decade and a half has been shale gas, because it's allowed us to break a paradigm that we have lived with in this country, and specifically policymakers have lived with, and that is to be cleaner, it must be more expensive. But what shale gas has proved, it can be cleaner and cheaper. And that is a real boom for customers, but also a real boon for our economy, the amount of jobs that are being created as a consequence of using a cheaper fuel. But at the end of the day, we need to get the mix right, and we're great believers in all of the above. You can't exclude anything. You need to use renewables, you need energy efficiency, you need coal, you need gas, and you need nuclear in order to serve customers in the 21st century.
Great. So communities, by and large, around the country are really concerned with implementing new renewable sources onto the grid. How is Duke Energy really working to meet those renewable portfolio standards and to stay on top of that?
Well, 5 years ago, we created a renewable business where we provide both wind and solar to utility scale to customers around the country. Here in Colorado, we have the Kit Carson facility where we provide wind there for electricity in the eastern part of the state.
Tonight, and for the entire theme of the Biennial, is really changing our communities. What do you feel like that statement really says and encompasses for Duke?
I think we have to recognize, as a company that provides electricity, that there's going to be greater urbanization in the United States. And that's going to have a profound implication in the way we provide electricity. If you think about it worldwide, cities represent only 2% of the land in the world. Yet, 60% of the energy used is used in cities, and 70% of the CO2 emitted is emitted from cities. So trying to create sustainable cities as there's this continued migration of people from the rural areas to the urban areas, not just in the United States, but around the world, it is really critical that we get it right.
Perfect. Thank you very much for meeting with us.
Thank you.